frolicking in the fog right now, aren't we? Not walking in no rain. We don't got no rain.
No rain today.
Ain't gonna get no rain for about 5 months.
It seems like it.
Well, I know we're heading into some great streak of weather, but the fact is, we need it. You've seen those creek beds here lately,
You're not kidding. It's dry as a bone.
Go. Time for the news. It is 7:31, and time brought to you by Portsmouth Cancer Care and Associates. And with that, 52 degrees downtown this morning. And here's Bill.
Thanks, Steve. Good morning, everyone. COVID-19's newest strain is on the rise once more, with an increase of 10% in reported cases here in the Buckeye State. I spoke with Dr. Amy Edwards, an infectious disease specialist, who said to expect high case counts with school beginning.
For over 30 years, Dr. Inashita and his staff at Portsmouth Cancer Care and Associates have been...
It'll probably be a little bit of a larger outbreak than what we experienced last year. The difference between last year and this year is we did not have a COVID surge in the summer. So our back to school spike kind of built up from a level of 0. It definitely causes a lot of like sore throat, fever, that sort of stuff.
During my Zoom interview with Dr. Edwards, she told me the problem could become severe.
The problem with COVID is we literally just got done with a COVID surge all over the country, and it wasn't flu season, and people were dying at those kinds of rates or even slightly higher than what we would expect to see from something like influenza.
258 Ohioans were hospitalized with COVID last week. Changes to Ohio laws governing when children can be claimed as dependents on state income tax forms may be forthcoming. Once again, here's our friend Clay Gordon.
In Ohio, right now, parents can claim a child as a dependent for the year that the child was born. A new bill has been introduced by Republican Congressman Gary Click of Vickery in north central Ohio that would change that to the year the child was conceived. If the parents file separate returns, only the mother can claim the embryo or fetus. Proponents say it helps with pregnancy and newborn care expenses. It also grants personhood to the fetus or embryo, which could present legal issues and further limit women's rights.
River Days 2024 kicks off in earnest next week. Shelby Hammond is Miss Wheelersburg, and during my Community Corner interview with her, she spoke about the intense preparation for this year's River Days pageant.
For preparation as a whole, we rehearse about every other Sunday until this month of August. We are now on like a constant every Sunday schedule, so we're booked. At rehearsal, we practice mock interviews, opening number, fitness portions, and evening gown walking. My favorite thing is we get to be with one another and make memories.
Hammond's platform brings a focus on addiction and its ripple effect, and after a summer of gaining insight, she's made a great connection.
This summer, I also partnered with Impact Prevention. This is a nonprofit organization that just goes around and puts on positive events to help the mental health of children and families. I attended many of their famous Party in the Parks, and this turnout was amazing. I remember the first one I went to, it was in Ironton, and when I pulled in that parking lot, I was like, wow. There are so many children here, and I knew this group is really making an impact in the area.
For Mix 99.3 News, I'm Bill Shope.
And I must take it back this morning. I did our Lost Oldie, but I lied.
You didn't lie.
I misspoke.
There we go.
We played The Rapper by the Jaggers, which Donnie Iris was a member of. He was also not a member of the Goo Goo Dolls.
No, he was not.
I tried to convince you that, but it's not true.
No, although Goo Goo Dolls did have a pretty famous song called Iris.
Right. He was in Wild Cherry. Did you know that?
That I didn't know either.
Well, he was in Wild Cherry, and the song, play that funky music, White Boy.
Tell you what, he's a great guitarist, great songwriter.
Yeah, and so I got to take that back because we got music aficionados that listen to this program. I don't ever want them to think that I just make this stuff up, even though occasionally I do. No. Anyway, but we got, big day today coming up in a few minutes. This control room is going to be smelling awfully good. We're going to have the Queen and her court in here, and that'll kind of wrap up. I know you've been talking to the candidates, but we'll have Emily Cram from Minford, and Portsmouth's Piper Cunningham, first runner-up. Second runner-up will be Valley's Katie Rolfe.
Well, now let's clarify. The Queen in Her Court is Riverday's Queen in Her Court from last year. It's not Holly and a bunch of her friends.
Well, that's what she would like us to believe.
Well, she is the queen around here,
Yeah,
man.
I know. But she does give way. I've got to give her credit. She does give way when the real queens enter the room. So it's going to be, you'll hear the trumpets blow, by the way.
That'll be a fun day. Yes.
All right, I'll be coming up. All right, man. Thank you. This update brought to you this morning by Portsmouth Cancer Care and Associates. We will check in with ONN next. For over 30 years, Dr. Inashita and his staff at Portsmouth Cancer Care and Associates have been changing lives with the most comprehensive treatment and cure for cancer in the area. During this time in Portsmouth, Dr. Inashita has created a name of patient excellence in the highest degree and will continue that fight with each and every patient towards the cure. Dr. I, as he's known by his thousands of friends, is proud to announce the addition of Dr. Hassan Jaffrey to the staff of Portsmouth Cancer Care and Associates. Dr. Jaffrey's medical expertise is with all cancers as well as treatment of blood disorders, bone marrow, and the immune system. Together, Dr. Inashita and Dr. Jaffrey create a very special team that's there when it comes to fighting back to regain your good health. Feel free to stop in and welcome Dr. Jaffrey to the staff at 916 11th Street or call 353-4884. It's Portsmouth Cancer Care and Associates of Portsmouth, always there with the care, the compassion, and the roadmap to your recovery. 7:38 it is, and we got some fog downtown, 52 degrees in ONN.
This is ONN. I'm Jay Fox on the Ohio News Network. In Southwest Ohio, the mayor of Cincinnati is stepping into the national spotlight. Aftab Puraval is scheduled to speak at the Democratic National Convention in Chicago tonight. He is the Queen City's first Asian American mayor. He's also the first person of Tibetan heritage to be elected to a prominent political office in the U.S., according to the Cincinnati Enquirer. He is an attorney who is married to a doctor and the father of two, and he's running for re-election next year. In Persian, his name means sunshine. Investigators in Northeast Ohio are looking into a house fire in North Olmsted that injured one firefighter and left two people displaced and multiple cats dead. Annabelle Childers of ONN affiliate WKYC-TV in Cleveland reports.
The house was packed with items and firefighters were met with hoarding conditions. Among those items, gunpowder and propane tanks. The two people inside the home got out safely. 8 to 10 cats reportedly lived in the home, but only 3 were found alive after the fire. The female firefighter was injured after falling from a ladder, but they say she is stable and was taken to Fairview Hospital for evaluation. The state fire marshal's office is now leading the investigation.
In Columbus, 19-year-old Samuel Byan and his brother Joel are both dead following a wrong-way crash Monday that also killed 32-year-old Deandra Brigham. The fourth victim is hospitalized in serious condition. For the Ohio News Network, I'm Jay Fox.
We're seeing more and more.
Chuck Greenslate doing news of sports and more.
Hey, sports news, gotta love it.
It is 7:39 in time now again for sports, brought to you this morning by Call Your Medical, 1661 State Route 522 in the Berg. And aside medical, they've got plenty of other great things to offer, including federal and general contracting and on-site safety professionals at Collier. All right, well, we got a bunch of sports, some good, some not so good. Want to start with the not so good?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get the bad news out of the way, shall we?
Here's Chuck.
Not a great night for the Cincinnati Reds in Toronto. They fell hard to the Blue Jays, 10-3. Carson Spires was the starting pitcher. He took the loss. He really struggled last night. He only made it through the first 4 1/3 innings, and in that short time, he gave up 10 runs off of 13 hits, dropping his record to 4-5. The Reds did have a couple of positive moments offensively. Jonathan India and Noelvi Marte both logged a couple of hits. Ellie De La Cruz had a triple. Marte, Tyler Stevenson, and Spencer Steer all drove in runs. The Reds are 4 games below 500, 12.5 games out in the National League Central standings, and 6.5 games back in the NL wildcard race. The Reds and the Toronto Blue Jays will meet north of the border tonight for the third and final game of this series. The rubber match can be heard live on Fox Sportsmouth AM 1260 and 95.7 FM. Coverage will fire up at 6:37, leading up to the 7:07 first pitch. Nick Martinez will be on the mound this evening for Cincy. The Cleveland Guardians took down the New York Yankees 9-5 in 12 innings last night. Those two will meet again tonight in the Big Apple. That'll be a 7:05 start. Cleveland has a 3.5 game lead in the American League Central. High school football in Southern Ohio gets underway this week, and the first game involving Scioto County teams will take place tomorrow evening in Lucasville, where the Valley Indians will entertain the Portsmouth Trojans. You can hear that game live on Mix 99.3 and watch it live on WNXTradio.com, as it will be this weekend's Appalachian Marketing Media video stream game of the week. Fast forwarding to Friday, two perennial powers will clash as the Wheelersburg Pirates will host the Ironton Fighting Tigers. Hear that one live here on Mix 99.3. Friday on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze. You can tune in as the East Tartans welcome Southeastern Ross to Sciotaville. On Saturday, the Notre Dame Titans will open up their season with an afternoon game at Spartan Municipal Stadium against Fairfield Christian. That contest can be heard on WNXT2 using the Local Happenings app or by logging on to WNXTradio.com. That will kick off at 3:30 Saturday, that Notre Dame Titans game will. Also Saturday, the 46th season of the Saturday Morning Sports Line gets underway, as you can tune in to AM 1260 and 95.7 FM Saturday morning at 9 o'clock to hear from Scioto County's high school football coaches. This weekend's program will be live at Buffalo Wild Wings in Portsmouth. Staying with high school sports, in girls soccer yesterday, Minford knocked off Valley 10-0. Lexi Conkle broke Minford's career scoring record in that game. She had a hat trick with 3 goals, and she now has 109 goals for her career. Congrats to Lexi Conkle. Elsewhere, Rock Hill was a winner over Chesapeake 12-1. Jackson downed Albany Alexander 3-2, and Washington Courthouse doubled up on Waverly 2-1. In boys soccer yesterday, South Point prevailed over Portsmouth 9-2. Valley knocked off Northwest 2-0. Wheelersburg was a 5-0 winner over West, and Jackson defeated Albany Alexander 5-2. In girls high school volleyball yesterday, Piketon took down Manchester in 3 games. Wheelersburg defeated Notre Dame in 4. Albany Alexander was a winner over Jackson in 3. Hillsboro was triumphant over Waverly in 3 games. Green defeated Ironton St. Joe in 3, and the Gallia Academy knocked off Ironton in 3 games. Your Portsmouth Insurance Sports Time is 7:43. Portsmouth Insurance is a TAH benefits partner. Give Gary Duzan a call for all of your employee benefit needs. And that is a look at sports.
And it is brought to you, thank you, Chuck, by your friends. Call Your Medical, 1661 State Route 522 in the Berg. And we'll check traffic weather together coming up.
Call Your Medical in Wheelersburg offers occupational medicine with nurse practitioner Jamie Reynolds. Call Your Company has closed its primary care to focus on the occupational needs of businesses in the tri-state, offering drug screens, pre-employment and DOT physicals, as well as medical surveillance, respirator fit, and audiometric testing. Whether you're an employee or an employer needing occupational medical services, go with the convenience of Call Your Medical, 1661 State Route 522 Wheelersburg. Scheduling an appointment is recommended, but walk-ins are welcome. Call 740-574-8728 and be on the lookout for Call Your Home Medical coming soon.
And traffic is service of your friends at the Scioto River. And they're there this morning at 11 o'clock with delicious legendary steaks, chicken ribs, and more. You can start smelling the fun at 10 when they fire up the cookers. Well, today, probably the last day, you're going to see Gallia Pike closed day and night. Now, that's the 1.7-mile marker between Ironton Avenue and Haverhill, Ohio Furnace Road as they repair that water pipe. Also, the Shelley Company is going to be out in a big week to get it done, and they've got to be happy about that with the weather. They've got Ohio River Road to work on. They've got other roads as well, Byerly Road, Jordan Days Road, McNamer, all those. And don't forget, we got flaggers, too, that are going to be helping you to get through that for the road resurfacing today, and that's going to be on Hiles Road in Morgan Township. So if you see something we need to know about, give us a call at 354-1993. Traffic is service of the Scioto River, opens 7 days a week.
The weather is service of Mary's Spirit and Print Shop, where all regional schools are proudly represented with plenty of cool hats, shirts, sweaters, jackets, and pride. Get your school spirit on and check out the deals now at Mary's Spirit and Print Shop, 2109 Gallia Street in Portsmouth, where Mary and her graphic designer can customize anything.
First alert forecast from WSAZ. After that cool start this morning, we'll go from those 50s and 40s to the upper 70s this afternoon. An excellent day of sunshine and light winds, mostly clear and comfortable tonight. Back down into the lower 50s, and another day of sunshine inches those temperatures up Thursday into the low 80s we go.
I'm WSAZ News Channel 3 meteorologist Brandon Butcher on the Ohio Valley's hit music channel, Mix 99.3.
And down